Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday. I always love Sundays.
Yes, a nice chill stream to start off your Sunday morning, right before the week comes in once again.
Yep, right before the week starts again, we all have to go back to work and school, but at least today we get some GRLCS Gold Capped action. So I'm Vid, this is Rexgo Dragon, and this is GSM versus Gods of Herald.
And let me start off the introductions for the Gods of Herald. We have the Rise of Autumn playing Gnar in the top lane, Taco Trineki playing that Sejuani in the jungle, Oath with the Ahri in the mid lane, Nyrock and Glittering Gains playing Aphelios and Nami in the bot lane.
Meanwhile, on the red side, we have GSM, Elzacco 69 in the top lane. On Shen, we have Panther 553212 playing Set for a change in the jungle. We've got GSM Levi's on Echo in the mid lane, and our bot lane, Naked Beekeeper and Silver Spade on Jinx and Morgana.
Alright, so pretty exciting. Both of these are undefeated teams so far.
Yep, this is week 4, so they have beaten, well, let's see, who have they beaten? GSM beat Return of the Middlesticks, the Bad Barons, and Goliath Esports or Muscle Knots. One of those two.
Yes, one of those two.
Well, it
Can't
has to be
exactly
one of those
remember.
two.
Yeah.
And Gods of Herald, meanwhile, I know they beat the Bad Barons, I know they beat Goliath Esports, and I think the third one was Muscle Knots. So it was fair. I mean, it was fairly decisive, both of these teams again in those like shared matches. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they bring it to each other here on the Rift and kind of duke it out, sort of cementing themselves so far as definitely the upper echelon of teams in this gold-capped gold division.
Yes, but being that it is gold, we will still see some pretty big fiestas coming on in the games.
I want to see another Oath solo kill where he flashes in place, because like Levi was talking a little bit of smack about it. It's like, oh well, he doesn't. He was actually talking smack on behalf of Oath. He was saying like, oh well, he didn't even need his summoners to kill you. I want Oath to get a solo kill now.
Yeah, just imagine like getting another solo kill, flashing in place. One of those pixel perfect dodges.
The pixel perfect dodge, like I'm thinking the Rise Ezreal clip from forever ago. But they are trading a little bit here early. Obviously, Levi taking the brunt of it since he is the melee champion in that matchup.
But Echo does still have some pretty good ways to trade out. Ahri, even though Ahri can just auto attack him down and proc the electrocute.
And it is just kind of a waiting game for the first couple of levels. Once Levi gets 4, he's got a little bit more ability to chunk, to fight, trade like that. And obviously 6 is where both of them really start to come into their own and where we can start seeing some of these flashy 1v1s.
Definitely so. As for the bot lane, it's going to be pretty not too much happening. Mainly the only engage they have is the Morgana landing one of these dark bindings. But other than that, we're not going to be seeing too much action in the bot lane unless the jungler comes.
So this is press the attack Gnar, which is something a little bit new, but yeah, they're just going to trade. Darius Foxton actually eats a turret shot. That's really bad for him.
Yes, and he is still pretty far away from his Mega Gnar form, so if Elzacco wants to fight, he's ready.
But speaking of fighting, Taco Trineki is going to get stunned up, and Levi's comes in and forces the Sejuani to back off. But now we might see a 2v2 here, 3v2 potentially. If Darius Foxton gets in here, Panther is going to go very low. The Haymaker is not going to have enough. It's first blood over to the Gnar.
Yes, and is this 10.4?
This is still 10.4.
Okay.
So
we'll be seeing the Gnar changes where he has more scaling with his ult and his and I think some changes to his hyper as well.
They changed hyper, nerfed it a little bit. The Glittering Gains is going to get rooted up. The Ignite comes out, the heal too late. Silver Spade takes the kill. It's a kill for the bot lane of GSM, and now Darius Foxton on the run from Elzacco. He is going to escape, and he's got those double buffs too, so he has some sustain in terms of health.
Yeah, that red buff is just going to heal him up nicely if he doesn't get poked by Elzacco.
But we do see Nyrock is getting a lot of poke damage on Naked Beekeeper. He hit him with a lot of these moonshots. His Calibrum Q with the 1800 range auto attack. It is no longer global as of last patch.
Yep, making sure seeing some nerfs for Filios, considering he was pretty strong in pro play. He's seen a lot. So make sure he's not too powerful in that retrospect.
And he is still kind of a pub stomper, but his utility in high level or just competitively organized team fights is a lot less so. So he can still mess up a solo queue game, but he's not going to be popping an entire team with his Infernum ult anymore.
Wasn't that just last
really
week though? Didn't we see that last week too? It was the Infernum Moonlight Vigil with the Infernal Soul, so it just popped 3 people instantly.
Yep. We actually saw that last week was interesting because we actually saw that both in a GRLCS game and in a regular LCS game too. I think it was who was it? Was it Altec? I think it might have been Altec who just absolutely ruined Golden Guardian's chances on a team fight. But Taco Trineki is coming through, but he does not get the knockback. So it is a failed gank and wasted time for the Sejuani.
But providing a little bit of pressure for Nyrok, so if he does want to go for a reset here and make sure he uses this money that he has underneath his belt, he does have the opportunity to. He might lose a couple minions, but this is a cannon wave. So if anything, he would lose significantly less.
And Nyrok is a little bit down on CS from the Naked Beekeeper. It is a bit of, it's just been the kind of outpoking, outranging each other. Now that he doesn't have that Calibrum, it is a lot harder for him to get CS without having to fight for it. And Derisive Oxen takes a really good trade onto Zacho.
Yeah, and Red Team taking that first dragon. Pretty good, since we saw that Taco Trineki did back and took a reset. Means that he was not there for the dragon, and is there to capitalize on that.
And that is something that we have been seeing every time there's a failed gank. You can basically capitalize on it by stealing a camp away, or even in this case, a dragon, a Rift Scuddler. And now the ult is here for Gnar. It is not going to knock Zacho away, but it is going to give the kill over to Taco Trineki. Derisive Oxen throwing him out of turret range so that they could kind of get up close and personal in that respect.
Yes, and both flashes used in the top lane, so we might see Panther and Trineki coming back up there to go for a repeat.
And now 6s are available. Levi's does have the Chrono Break. He is going to use it at the very last second. And now Oath, one more Q should do it. He's going to get the kill on Levi's. That solo kill, and he didn't even have to flash.
Very well played by Oath there, using the Ignite early, because he knows that if he alls in, he can get him low enough to where he wants to use the Chrono Breaker.
So good thing he didn't use that flash because he needed it when Panther came in. Taco Trineki should probably get one last auto attack just to get the stun off, but they are going to walk away clean just with a kill on Levi's.
Yeah, looking pretty good right now for the Gods of Herald. Seeing that they have some kills around the map right now, all across the top side really, but they can still translate that into something in the bot side as well.
And we are going to see a little bit of Poke, Silver Spade, and Glitter hitting a few skill shots. But, yeah, Nyrok is actually about 10 CS behind. And then meanwhile, in the jungle, Taco Trineki is 20 down on Panther. But so the Crescendum is going to Crescendum QB is going to be used, but Glitter and Gains does not survive that. It's going to be a kill for Levi, or Beekeeper now.
Definitely good for Beekeeper, seeing that since he's playing Jinx is one of those hyper carries that once she snowballs, she can get really well, and because of her get excited, it makes it really easy for her to hide around.
Good snipe there by Silver Spade.
Yeah, trying to use the turret playstyle by the Crescendo in order to block the zap, but not going to come out soon enough.
Yeah, it came out. Didn't have it available to block the Dark Binding, and then it was just a little too late to stop the zap. So Nyrok is going to lose his life. It's 2 kills now for Beekeeper. 3 for 3. 3-2-3 in kill score across the map.
Right now, we've seen a little bit of a gold advantage for GSM right now, about 1K. which would probably translate to them also grabbing that dragon. And as well...
Oh, Zacho going in on Derisive Oxen. Derisive Oxen is just going to go down. He didn't have the Mega Gnar available. Wow, a huge overstep.
Huge overstep indeed. And since Zacho has the Tiamat, he'll be able to push in this wave and force Derisive Oxen to use his TP. So he will not have that available to do any roaming.
Now, Taco Trineki is going to clear out the bot side. His red buff is available again. And it looks like Panther is spotted out by that Scryer's Bloom. But as you said, about a 1,500 gold lead now for GSM. Naked Beekeeper is probably holding the lion's share of that gold lead. Yep, he's about 1,200 ahead of his lane opponent. And meanwhile, we were talking about the 20 CS discrepancy by Taco Trineki. Or like from Taco Trineki versus Panther. And that's actually pretty much an even thing because of the kill and the assist. But we might see another kill coming out. Nyrock is here. The Black Chains are going to come out. He is going to go down Beekeeper on a killing spree.
Yeah, getting caught by the point blank Dark Binding along with the Soul Shackles just makes it really hard for Nyrock to escape when he's an immobile ADC.
And Beekeeper is starting to run away here. He's got 3 kills already. I'm sure he can finish his Infinity Edge on his next back. So this is not looking good for the Gods of Herald right now, because if there's anyone on this team that you don't want to be super strong, it's the Jinx.
Definitely so. Really displaying how she can be considered a hyper carry once she gets these items. Will definitely make it really hard for them.
Ooh, Glitter and Gains flashes right into the parallel convergence, and Levi's picks up his first kill of the game. He's on the board, and GSM are up 3 kills and a turret, looks like.
Aiming to
Unless
try to
Levi's
take this
dies.
first tower.
Oh, geez, Levi's stepped too far forward. Now Oath is going to pick up a kill. He is rooted, and it looks like he will go down for his trouble. Silver Spade takes kill credit on that one. Now Nyrock is here, and I don't think he can hold this by any stretch of the imagination.
Yes, he looks like he doesn't have to give up this first tower, but Taco Trineki trying to make some plays happen in the top side.
Oh, and Derisive Oxen might be a little too far forward. Taco Trineki is going to smite and auto attack for the kill. Good return kill, but it might be a little too little, a little too late, because the second dragon of the game, this Ocean, is going over to GSM.
Yes, but Taco Trineki is making use of his time in the top side, already grabbing that Rift Herald, and it looks like he's dropping that up there too to try to trade towers, potentially looking for a second charge, but I don't think that they'll be able to, seeing that GSM Levi's is on his way up there as well.
I'm not super happy with that Rift Herald placement, but at the same time, it's not like they were going to get the turret on their own anyways, so they are going to lose the Herald to Levi's auto attack, and now, again, it's back to the 1.5k gold lead, so good moves here by Trineki and Derisive Oxen.
Definitely so. Making sure that what they lost bot lane, they're going to try to reciprocate in the top lane.
Oh, but Oath might be caught. The Soul Shackles are coming out. He doesn't have the Spirit Rush. Silver Spade now getting ulted by Zacho. The Stand United coming through, and the root on Trineki. Oh, man. Beekeeper on a rampage. 4-0-2 for the Jinx.
Unfortunately, we're really seeing how much damage this Naked Beekeeper is doing, and excellent trap placement by Naked Beekeeper, making sure that if Taco Trineki goes in, he will not be able to get out.
And it was also tilted. It was he put it on an angle so that he couldn't just like walk around it. He couldn't walk through it. Because he was kind of caught in there, he actually had to go up, back into them, and then around instead of just going straight, for example. And now GSM Levi's. Oh, wow. That the press the attack proc. I wasn't expecting it. Levi certainly wasn't.
Yeah, press the attack along with Gnar's hyper whenever he does the 3 proc does a lot of burst damage, especially because press the attack makes it so you're more vulnerable.
Oh man, Silver Spade's just hitting these bindings left and right, and Beekeeper might be picking up another kill for himself here. The ultimate gonna come out. He is unstoppable, and Nyrock cannot finish off the kill. He has to flash away. The ult from Trineki, the flash from Beekeeper, and now Derisive Oxen's here, but the teleport from Zacho is going to force Gods of Herald to move back.
Really well played there. I don't know if all of you caught that, but if you looked at Silver Spade, whenever Glitters and Gains dropped that bubble, it was going to land on top of Naked Beekeeper, but Silver and Spade was able to land the Dark not Dark Brownie,
Black
the
Shield.
Black Shield onto Naked Beekeeper before it landed, so then he wouldn't be stunned. So very well played by Silver Spade there.
There are the two picks that you should never let Silver Spade play if you don't have a counter picked out for it. It's Morgana and it's Thresh. And I'm certain that they banned Thresh because, pick champions like Thresh into something like Nami and Aphelios is going to be so much more damaging for a team. But not to mention, Morgana does the same thing, and now he's got Oxen in his hands. And the Meganar comes out, but he is going to go very low, gets the stun on Levi's, and he might be able to survive. Derisive Oxen is going to run away with this. Levi's has the Chrono Break available. He is going to be stunned. Chrono Break comes back in onto Oath. Oath gets the flash by Levi's. Panther going to go very low. He doesn't have the Haymaker available, but it comes up just in time. He's going to survive the Ignite.
Yes, once again, Glittering Gains did a good job there, using the Ignite early onto the Echo, making sure that if he does use his Chrono Break, he's not going to get a massive heal off of it.
And look at how threatening Silver Spade is in conjunction with Naked Beekeeper. He had 400 health against a full health passive up Sejuani, and Sejuani walked away from that control ward.
Yeah, you have to recognize how much power that, even though it's a support, how much power that comes along with the support. Seeing that Naked Beekeeper is 5-0 right now and is really definitely snowballing with this hyper carry lead that he has. It will be interesting to see if the Rise of Autumn and Oath can get on top of Naked Beekeeper fast enough and CC chain her, or just be able to catch her out in order to burst her down before the fight starts. Because a lot of her power for GSM right now is on the Jinx.
And with great power comes great responsibility. There are a lot of pick tools here for Gods of Herald. They've got they've got Gnar. Just being Gnar is enough. They have the Glacial Prison. They have the Spirit Rush on Ahri to kind of maneuver around. And that's going to be a joint effort by Silver Spade and, oh, wow, good chunk damage.
Very strong, seeing that the Charm does do bonus damage whenever you get hit, bonus magic damage whenever you get hit or affected by it. So, seeing a big chunk, and now it's Matt's range Q as well, so the return even hurts harder.
And the true damage is never something to smirk at. Now, Panther is going to pull in Trineki, but he isn't slowed because he has that passive up. But they have, GSM have started to force Gods of Herald away from this dragon. That might be a pick on a Trineki. Panther is not going to use the showstopper yet.
Seeing early TP by the Rise of Odds, and he wants to get in here for this dragon fight. They definitely do want to try to contest this, considering that it is a Windrake, and GSM already has it, so we have a little bit of fight going on.
That was a 3-man stun, and now GSM Levi's is going to take down Derisive Ox, and they are going to pick up Glittering Gains as well. Nyrock now caught Beekeeper going to ult. That is going to be the heal, coming out a little bit late, but Nyrock is going to live for now. I spoke too soon. Panther with the showstopper. It's a 3-0, and now Oath might make 4. GSM Levi is not going to find the stun, but can he get the Z-Drive Resonance? He is going to get the slow. 1, 2, a third is going to do it, but the Charm Oath, he might be able to get away with this. Now, Taco Trineki is on the run from Zacho, who came in with the Stand United. Oath playing Ring Around the Rosie here. He's not going to get picked up by that Dark Binding. But now Levi's with the E available. Oath is going to get so much damage. Levi's, the Q is going to do it, but he dies! Oath picks up a kill and takes 3 members on aggro.
Pulling him off the dragon, but knowing that they don't necessarily need all those people on the dragon. They're still taking that Cloud Drake. And we have Naked Beekeeper pushing out that mid wave, getting a little extra damage onto that outer turret. And really well played by Oath there, making sure that he's waiting for his cooldowns, knowing that Echo's also waiting for the cooldowns as well. So we're just making sure that he's able to burst down GSM Levi's.
And of course, as you said, even for Oates, all of his fancy feet, getting the kill, taking Levi's with him, it does still mean that Gods of Herald loses this third Drake. This is going to be sole point here for GSM at 19 minutes, and GSM are a whopping 5k ahead here before 20 minutes. So now Derisive Oxen and El Zacho fighting it out in the top lane. The press of the attack does come through, but Derisive Oxen is getting very low. El Zacho is now going to be hit by 2. The flash forward, and Oxen gets the kill.
Seeing it.
Okay, we'll just forget about that one. But now Oath on the run from Levi. He is going to get the parallel convergence, but no stun. The tidal wave comes out, knocks up Silver Spade. Not sure where that was trying to be placed, but it was a little bit wide. Now Oath picked up, maybe picked off. Levi's goes over the wall. Oath goes low. That's going to be the ultimate coming up, but it's not going to hit anything. Nyrock flashes away. Naked Beekeeper already used the Super Mega Death Rocket. Now Taco Trineki is going to try and zone for his teammates. GSM doesn't find anything, but they get everyone so low. The turret goes down. They might be chasing Taco now. GSM Levi's going to get some damage, and he picks up the kill on the Sejuani.
Yes, this is very scary Jinx to deal with, especially with having such strong support with them too. So this is definitely still a winnable game, but definitely still very hard. See, you saw how much damage that Taco Trineki pulled out onto the Jinx. But seeing that all of that Oath and Nyrock were both really low, they couldn't follow up. And Raz Valton was rotating down there, but he wasn't necessarily there.
GSM is playing so well around Beekeeper here, and now Levi's, they find the route onto Glitter and Gains. Naked Beekeeper is godlike. 7-0-5 here. Darius Voxen has to flash. He has the ultimate available. The Gnar coming out. He is Mega. They are going to get Panther, but the flash forward, Silver Spade is going to find a pick and a kill. Levi's does not go down because of El Zacco, and it is a 4-for-1. They find Panther, but at what cost?
Yes, and they have minions pushing in that midway, so typically you will be pushing out this midway or this mid lane since your jungler is not up and their jungler is. So you don't want to try to go for an objective like Baron where it's a little riskier going for it. Like they can steal very easily with the smite.
And one of the craziest things about this game is that as well as it's going for GSM, scaling is still on their side. They have the Jinx. At some point, Panther will get so tanky and so damagey that there won't really be that much that they can do to him. And while the Gnar and the Sejuani can still set things up and find picks, it's going to be a lot harder as this game progresses for Oath and Nyrock to find damage onto these targets with such a beefy frontline in Shen and Set.
Definitely so. And we saw there earlier how the Stand United was also a very good tool in order to be a way to save one of their teammates too. So it just makes it even harder for them to try to look for these picks.
All right, all cooldowns are up for the side of Gods of Herald, and Panther's Showstopper just came up, but the Stand United, the Soul Shackles, neither is available for GSM. So maybe Gods of Herald will try and go for a fight. Taco Trineki doesn't get stunned. One more melee auto will get the stun onto Panther. But Oath, waiting in the wings, waiting on the wall. He is going to get some damage off onto Beekeeper, but one auto attack will do more than that. And now, there is a bit of an engage onto Panther. Panther does get stunned up. But now Nyrock moving a little far forward.
Nyrock trying to use the classic, the red and right combo, the Severum plus the chakrams.
Ooh, Oath gets away from what could have been certain death there. And now he's going to use the last charge of the Spirit Rush to get damage, but he might have moved too far up onto Beekeeper, and Levi's Naked Beekeeper is legendary with the Super Mega Death Rocket. They're chasing down Taco Trineki. The ultimate, the Glacial Prison, is going to be used as a disengage tool, and it just went sour for Gods of Herald. They might be able to find Derisive Oxen as well. He's going to go down. He has the Gnar. It's not going to be enough. He gets a 3-man stun, but Naked Beekeeper with another kill.
Naked Beekeeper running after Nyrock right now, seeing that he is hyper and also using the heal to get a little extra movement speed, but not going to be enough in order to pick up these kills, but enough to pick up this inhibitor running towards that Cloud Drake now. So this is looking very good for GSM right now. They really have the lead currently, seeing how far ahead this Jinx is and how hard it is to get on top of her.
Yes, this is a commanding lead that they have built up here. 9,000 gold at 23 minutes. They're going to get the Cloud Drake, the Soul, and now Silver Spade and Panther and Levi's are all going to benefit greatly from this, being able to just run right into the enemy team, which is what they've been doing with such such efficiency here.
Yes, and we'll see how if Gods of Herald can find a way to get back into this game. Just looking for a really good team fight to pick up these bounties that's on Naked Beekeeper, Silver Spade, and GSM Levi's right now. So if they can get a really good pick, get these shutdowns on the right people, getting them like all this extra money onto Nyrock or Oath, so then they can continue to output amazing amounts of damage. This would be a really good way for the Gods of Heralds to get back in the game, or if GSM just looks for a way to make sure that their carry is still safe and able to close out this game, making sure that the Gods of Heralds can't try to get back in.
And as you said, looking for damage, or looking for gold in order to get damage for Nyrok, I want to take a look at the gold here. 10-0-7 and 207 CS for Naked Beekeeper. Nyrok, however, is not on the board, and he's 50 CS down, and it looks like he's going to go down for one more kill. Levi's on a killing spree. So, what do you think the gold difference is before I press X?
Let's go. Well, just seeing how their items is, I want to say around 3,400, seeing that it's down a whole item.
3,400, but first Trineki might go down here. He is so tanky, and that is going to be knockups by Glitter and Gains. Good disengage, and is it 3,400? Survey says... No, it's 5,000.
Oh, okay. I was going a little modest, but, I guess with all the big CS difference and also having 10 kills, it definitely does give you a huge amount of gold. And seeing that Naked Beekeeper right now has a full item, so you can't necessarily just buy another item because she has to keep a slot for these control wards as well. So I was just going off of how the items, but still a 5,000 gold lead. That's basically that's a crit. That's 2 crit items.
That's 2 crit items, and it is half of GSM's gold lead. So. Naked Beekeeper doing pretty well for himself this game, and that wasn't really with like a lot of jungle pressure or anything. That was just solely in the 2v2. Panther, or Silver Spade, and Beekeeper were just kind of out fighting Nyrok and Glitter and Gains, and they managed to start that ball rolling. And well, the Gods of Herald are probably they got a finger under their collar. They're feeling a little sweaty right now.
Definitely so. One thing I believe that Nyrok could be doing right now, since he knows the classic combos for Helios, but seeing that the rest of us getting picked out again.
He is going to get suplexed into the backline, and he doesn't have the Gnar available. He can't get a good enough ultimate, so he's going to trade his life. Now GSM are going to push down this inner turret. They do find Glitter and Gain. She's going to go to half health. Panther flashes in. Naked Beekeeper, legendary. Again, another super mega death rocket that just hits its target right on schedule.
Yep, this is a very unfortunate game right now for Gods of Herald.
There was a point in this game where they were a little far behind, but Jinx is not infallible, of course. Could have gone down, but unfortunately for the Gods of Herald, he never did.
Yeah, this 700 gold bounty is not going down for them, so it's just definitely a hard way to try to get into this game again.
Taco Trineki is going to go down to one last fortunate crit here for Beekeeper. He is zooming around back and forth on these turrets, healing back up thanks to the Vamp Scepter and probably some of that built-in lifesteal from Legend Bloodline.
Yes, and the second Nexus Tower is about to go down.
Levi's doesn't get the Chrono Break off. Guys, why do you keep banning his Echo? But GSM is going to finish out this game in fast fashion. They are going to take down Gnar with them, and now Beekeeper chasing Nyrok, but the kill on the Nexus goes over to Silver Spade. GSM picks up their 4th win of the split.
Congrats, GSM, playing excellently, playing around the lead you had in the bot lane. Although you were about 3 kills down, or 2 kills down, it was 3-1. 1 kill being on Naked Beekeeper, while the 3 kills were split between the Rise of Alton, Taco Trineki, and Oath. GSM did an excellent job at just playing around this Jinx, make sure that once they got out of laning phase, that they can make sure that the Naked Beekeeper can do all of the DPS in order to supplement and to win these team fights.
And GSM is a team that is specifically, like for a gold team, very, very good at playing around whoever happens to be the carry. You know, you have Set, you have Echo, and you have Jinx. 3 potential carry threats, but GSM has been doing a very good job of once they see one of their teammates getting a lead, they just throw all of the eggs into that basket and they say, okay, well, we're like the team as a cohesive unit is good enough to play protect the Jinx or protect the Set or like watch Echo pick people off. So let's protect the Jinx this game. So GSM is going to move to 4-0. Gods of Herald takes their first L of the split, but it was a quality loss. It was a very well played game by GSM. So Gods of Herald, come back next week and see if you can keep your chin up after this. So we are going to be right back. I believe our next game is the Muscle Knots versus Goliath Esports Warriors. I think that's correct. Let me check the announcements. I don't want to. Muscle Knots versus Return of the Middle Sticks. So we will be right back with that game, so don't go anywhere.
Bye-bye. And welcome back to GRLCS Gold Cap Division games. We're going to be doing it was Muscle Knots versus the Return of the Middle Sticks.
And that is what we have here for you. The Muscle Knots on the blue side, Return of the Middle Sticks on the red side.
Very interesting game here. So for the Muscle Knots, we have Slim Richie playing Swain in the top lane, Navik playing Echo in the jungle. We have GVG number 1 playing Kiana in the mid lane, and TF is Juice and Tropian playing the Misfortune and Nautilus bot lane.
Honestly, names are like so much harder to read and then try and figure out versus like once you get into game and you're like just talking about them, you just figure out what's easiest to say. Tropeon, right? So, Return of the Middle Sticks on the red side. We've got Papatito in the top lane. He's playing Tryndamere, and I'm sorry for picking this game because screw Tryndamere, honestly. We've got a Jelly Roll in the jungle on Rek's side. We have Jabronis in the mid lane on his Diana, and our bot lane, Duvranga and Gid Shadeslayer, playing that fun Senna-Leona combo that, the support, quote-unquote, Senna, that is the new trend.
Yes, support Senna being that she farms for a couple items, and then... or maybe not even in this case, where she's going to get the support item and then just poke out for most of it, or most of her money, while Get Shade Slayer does most of the farming.
Yep. The only things, the gold efficiency is actually basically break even for Senna in the amount of souls she gets that she's projected to get, and the amount of gold she gets from poking. It's slightly better than break even for her in terms of raw stats. Then of course you combo Leona actually getting farm on this, so she's going to be so much tankier and actually be more of a main tank. And then tack on the fact that the vision control is going to be so much better for Return of the Middle Sticks because they're going to have like the Umbral Glaive and support item on the Senna. But the Senna is going to get pulled in, which is one of her weaknesses. She is going to take a lot of damage, but Duvranga does get a couple souls out of the deal. Whew, press the attack, taking him low.
Yep, and we're seeing not too much happening in the top lane, but we're just waiting until the Tryndamere really pops off and gets a few of his items. He does have to leap tempo and a full rage bar, which is pretty scary.
Yeah, you gotta love that 35% crit from a full rage bar winning the fight for you. That is one of the most feels bad moments that you can possibly have in top lane. Losing the level 1 fight to the Tryndamere because of that.
I remember whenever IE used to only double your crit chance, I would just build IE first item on Tryndamere.
Oh yeah, because suddenly you have 70%, and then you just build one more. Item, because why not?
Yeah, and then it's over. The game's over then. You just dive them under tower for free. Especially if they don't have any CC to stop you. And, but we'll see how this Tryndamere fares.
Wow. That was the single ballsiest play I've seen from Duvranga, and he might still pay for it because the exhaust actually. Tropeon with the exhaust, it is going to end Duvranga's life, but TF's Juice is going to follow shortly. The Spider-Man away by Tropeon, it might not be enough. The flash is going to be required to keep him alive. And we haven't been talking much about this jungle, but now Navek is going to be engaged on by a Jelly Roll. Papatito coming in, the flash forward, knock up. Now Navek goes down. The Tryndamere taking the kill.
And that just makes it so you can buy these more needed items so he can pretty much solo kill anyone. So definitely good to give off the kill to Papatito, since Rek'Sai is always going to be pretty useful considering how much damage that Rek'Sai can output, especially with Hail Blades.
And with a early game jungler like Rek'Sai, you are always looking to donate some kills to your laners, especially the scaling ones. Just get him a little bit stronger because you are going to continue to be useful in the early game, but they are going to be the ones who win you the game in the long run.
Yep, and we see that Slim Richie has been using his mana quite freely, seeing that he's low on mana right now. So and he's also pretty pushed up. So if Jelly Roll wanted to come back top lane, he could pretty much go up there and not be punished for it, considering how low mana that Slim Richie is. He does have full corrupting pots, which gives him a little bit extra mana, but still, he is pretty low on mana and vulnerable to gank.
But the big brain caster prediction is going to get the knock-up onto Slim Richie. Is he going to force the flash? Papatito gets rooted, but he should have the spin, the flash, the Slim Richie is going down. A jelly roll with the kill.
Papatito also popping that flash. He's looking to get a spin into a kill with that flash, but a jelly roll using the burrowed Q in order to pick up that kill.
Prey Seeker.
Yes.
The Prey Seeker is going to find the kill. Papatito, yeah, they're now 1-0-1. My God, it is early. So they are both going to be sharing equally in the spoils of this top lane.
And thank you, a jelly roll, for confirming that is indeed called Prey Seeker.
Yeah, neither of us are junglers, but Duvranga, he is out of this world. TF is juiced with another kill. They might find Shadeslayer. Shadeslayer going to try and walk away. He doesn't have to use the flash right now. But Echo's coming through, so he might try and find the stun. He's going to jump onto the Leona, pulled back by the dredge line. Navek is knocked up, and Jelly Roll gets the kill. Now Shadeslayer loses his life. It's a double kill for Jelly Roll. 2 for 1, and it might be 3, because TF's juice is going low. One more knockup should do it. Oh, he's going to get a Jelly Roll with the Rampage.
Really well played. Having a strong early game jungler, having 4 kills too, means that you always have to be fearful for these ganks potential, especially with Rek'Sai, considering how many weird angles that Rek'Sai can gank at.
It's like dealing with a cane.
Yes, definitely so. With these tunnels coming in and then the knockup. Flash coming in about 3 more minutes though, so she won't be able to get these flash knockups, but still very strong, huge amounts of burst.
Jabroni's on the other hand, he does have a kill thanks to the fight against Navek in that jungle early on. Or actually, no, thanks to the gank in the bot lane. But, oh yeah, so Jelly Roll pointed out he actually warded to see how close Misfortune actually was, because the size of the Rek'Sai, the size of her echolocation doesn't change based on the hitbox of the champion. You just see where they are. And so he warded, saw that MF was actually within auto attack range when he unburrowed, so he got the unburrow and the kill. And now Duvranga is back in lane. This support Senna not doing too hot, but
still has a Jelly Roll to help out in the bot lane, seeing that he is around the area, and we'll see how well they can play this out. Duvranga is, as you said, not having a great game, getting caught out by these dredge lines a lot, but we'll see how well they can pull this off.
And it is, it is more of a draft issue than like a personal play issue. Nautilus is just so good into Senna that, any engaged support is so good into Senna. Braum, Leona, Nautilus, even things like Pyke or Alistar are coming out as solo Q counters. So now, Return of the Middle Sticks is just going to continue taking some CS here, but the engage comes out by Gid Shadeslayer. Now Duvranga getting some damage. Jelly Roll going to find the knockup. He does have the ultimate available. Going to go under, and he's unstoppable now with the kill onto the Nautilus.
This is one scary jungler. Seeing that he also has a level league on Maverick, Maverick not being level 6 yet, is so trying to contest for any jungle objectives, including these scuttles, are definitely going to be a lot harder for them.
Or just even trying to fight. Not having the chrono break is so painful for Echo, and look at that, painful for Echo. Jabroni's with another kill, and now Papatito chasing down Slim Richie. He is going to get the solo kill thanks to that Ignite, cutting all of that healing off from Swain.
And also having the Undying Rage available, so he was 100% ready to just dive under the tower for that kill.
Are Trindamirs ever not 100% ready to dive under a turret for a kill, even if they don't have ultimate?
That is true. That is true. The classic Trindamir play, where you just run at them.
Me Trindamir. Me right arm bigger than me left arm. Me go under turret.
Yes. Trindamir, just as strong in Runeterra as he is in here.
He is the League of Legends equivalent of smorking. Just throws his face at your face, and if he dies, he dies. Or he doesn't, sometimes.
Yeah. And he is grabbing a couple of these turret planes, which is definitely good for him, having 2 kills. Already having the Cloak of Agility for a little extra crit chance. He has 55 now. So definitely in a very good spot.
And now he's running down Slim Richie. Slim Richie does have the flash available. Papatito does not. But he still does have the Undying Rage, but he's not going to want to use it.
I'd imagine that Papatito right now is actually sitting on a pretty decent gold amount, but being a little low, they have Jelly Roll up here in the top lane, seeing if they can bait out Slim Richie to use his pull right there.
And now that the pull is used, they are not going to get the knock-up, but they are going to get the flash. Papatito on a killing spree. He did use the Undying Rage, but it was a little bit unnecessary because Jelly Roll chased him under the turret.
Yep. So this is a really good-looking game for Return and Middlesticks right now, seeing how far ahead they've gone with these leads. But they do need to be careful about the misfortune in the bot lane. She is still doing very nicely for herself, considering how... It's hard to judge her power on CS difference because of
the soul amount and everything.
Yes, but we can definitely say that this misfortune is going to be doing a lot in later parts of the game.
Oh, but the engage, they are not going to find Duvranga, but the stun is going to come out on TF's Juice. The heal used, the ultimate coming out from Senna, and now Gid Shadeslayer is going to find a kill. TF is Juice, blended up here, and now Duvranga chasing down. Hopefully he can get the kill here. Tropeon on the run. Duvranga going to get one more auto attack, and he does pick up the kill. A great return for the Middlesticks.
Well played by Git Shadeslayer, doing an excellent job at locking down the ADC, and Duvranga outputting that damage in order to pick up these kills.
And what is the average elo of these games? This is the gold-capped division, so I believe all of these players are pretty high gold, or at least Return of the Middlesticks is like fairly high gold, and I think Flex is slightly lower gold. Maybe they have a silver or two, but just generally, yeah, this is like a gold division game.
It's generally not going to see too much of a difference when you go from silver to gold, though.
Yeah.
It's mainly just mechanics that comes into it.
A little bit of mechanics, but the main thing in this game is teamwork. But you know, you don't need any teamwork when you just well, Papatito at them. Oh, Return of the Middlesticks has 2 silvers. I did not know that.
Huh.
Get out of here, you silver scrub. So, currently about a 4,000 gold lead for Return of the Middlesticks, speaking of gold.
Still winnable by Muscle Knots right now. It is only a 4,000 gold lead, and as long as they play their cards right, they'll be able to make up that deficit. Looking at a great out for these turret play, not realizing that TP came in from the bot to the bot side.
Jabronis is coming around the back, and now Slim Richie is chasing Papatito, but Jelly Roll's here, and they might be able to find something. They are going to get the knock-up, and they are going to get the kill. Jelly Roll dominating now, 6-0-3. Jabronis in the bot lane. They are going to find TF is Juice, and he is Juice. Tropeon on the run as well, but it's a double kill for Jabronis, and what we were saying, that the bot lane was going to be the win condition for the Muscle Knots. It's going so awry for them now.
It is definitely a lot harder seeing that...
Oh, the ultimate is going to be used by the Tryndamere, so he's not going to die. And GVG number 1, GVG number done, more like.
And they're going to be able to push out. And thanks to all these kills they've gone around these maps, they're going to take these turret platings, where there's still about 40 seconds left on the map. And taking that first tower for the Tryndamere is a huge amount of gold for them. So this game is looking in favor for Return to Middlesticks.
Gold check. So it is... Oh no! Papatito has double Slim Richie's gold. Gid Shadeslayer may go down here. They are going to get a full bullet time off, but Jabronis is in. The Moonfall is going to take down TF is Juice. Duvranga takes the kill on that one. Is he going to get the second on Tropeon? And, oh, good guy Jabronis, saving what he can, but what he can is not enough. Duvranga goes down to the turret. And TF is Juice trades back that kill. 1 for 1, or 2 for 1, but they do give up the turret. Second turret of the game goes over to Return of the Middlesticks just after turret plates go down.
And the Rift Herald in the mid lane. Get a huge charge out. And this... Oh, look for a tower dive here.
Jelly Roll does have the ultimate to reset the turret aggro. Papatino, though, he doesn't have the Undying Rage, so Jelly Roll's going to have to zone for him. Slim Richie has the ultimate ticking. Jelly Roll goes over the wall. Tropeon's on the way, and Navek is not going to be able to find an auto attack on to the top jungle duo here of Return of the Middlesticks.
Definitely still looking for them, but because they're on this wild goose chase, Jabronis is able to take the mid tower.
Oh, Jelly Roll gets Navek low. Now Jelly Roll on the run, Tropeon. If he has the Dredge Line, he's not even going to need it. He just uses the Flash Auto, and Slim Richie picks up the shutdown on this 8-0 Rek'Sai.
Using the, I believe it's Eye of the Empire. Long range ability, still does tons of damage even though you're 1 in 5. And, you know, Swain is a scaling champion, so there is definitely a chance that we'll see him in the late game whenever, if this game does go that far. Vision of the Empire, thank you.
Yep. Vision of Empire, and as you said, Swain scales, and with all of the healing that he has built into his kit and all of the health that he ends up buying in his items, he's going to be so much harder to kill later game because Duvronka doesn't have any DPS. He's Senna, and he is possibly dead, but no, he is going to barely survive that bullet time. As Muscle Knots start to move on to this mid turret, Stone Plate is going to be popped. Gid Shadeslayer does not take any damage anymore.
Getting the hook onto him, but...
Whoa, that's a two-man Moonfall, and the ultimate by Duvronka, gonna take down two members, both bot laners of Flex, and now a Jelly Roll is chasing. He has the ultimate, but he doesn't have any targets for it. And it just seems like every time Muscle Nuts goes for something and starts to make it look good, you know, they almost get a pick. They go for the turret. It just turns right around and smacks him in the face. And speaking of smacking in the face, Papatito running down Slim Richie. Slim Richie doesn't have the flash. It's going to be another 300 gold for the Tryndamere.
Papatito doing what Tryndamere does best and just smorking them in the face. Slapping down these huge crits, not letting up all of that damage.
Now a Jelly Roll is going to take yet another of Navek's buffs. The red buff goes over to the Rek'Sai, the blue buff goes over to the Diana. And with 11 seconds left on this Ocean Drake, Return of the Middle Six can look to push it to Soul Point. Fight here. Papatito is low, but he's fighting Tropeon, who doesn't have the damage to finish him off. He gets GVG number 1 very low, but doesn't finish him off either.
And seeing that Muscle Knots right now is pretty split apart. They're not going to be able to contest for this dragon, but it is possible to see possibly a steal.
Or maybe just to pick onto Navek, we do have the ultimate coming through. Jabronis jumps forward. He is going to take the kill onto that one. Gid Shadeslayer zoning away Slim Richie, and it just looks like Return to the Middle Sticks is taking over this game.
Definitely so. They're going to be pushing out all of these lanes, doing an excellent job of splitting apart this pressure. Seeing that the bot lane is a little bit weaker, they have Jelly Roll there with them to push out these lanes. And then while Papatito and Jabronis are on the side lanes, both really strong.
And now Gid Shadeslayer goes in onto TF his juice, not going to be able to find the stun. He's tanking turret now. The Stone Plate not available, but he doesn't go down. Barely lives by the skin of his teeth, and now Tropeon on top of Papatito. The Undying Rage is going to be used. Slim Richie uses the ultimate. Papatito knocked up. He's going to go down, potentially. No! Slim Richie used the Q the wrong way. And now the supreme display of talent is going to knock away Jelly Roll, and that's really all that the Muscle Knots can hope for right now. But GVG number 1 goes down to Duvrongo's Dawning Shadow anyway.
Whew. This is still in favor of Return of the Middle States. Muscle Knots are doing an excellent job trying to find a way for these escapes. GVG number 1 using that this supreme display of talent to push away Jelly Roll to save his teammates, but he's not going to be able to save himself, not being able to dodge away from that Dawning Shadow. And they're just pushing into these inhibitor towers.
Duvronga does get away from that parallel convergence stun, so the Return of the Middle Sticks is not going to find the turret, but they do walk out with a lot of damage on it and a couple more souls under the belt of Senna.
And seeing that the Baron is spawning in a minute, they're looking to get some of these early wards in so they know who's in and out of this jungle.
Now the Shadeslayer going to get the stun onto Slim Richie. They're going to go in. Jabronis gets some damage. Slim Richie goes down. Legendary Diana, 8-0-3.
Very scary Diana right now. Seeing that the Rod of Ages is almost fully stacked as well, and Rod of Ages, when you initially buy it, it's a gold inefficient item. But now seeing that it's almost stacked, you get so much more stats than you paid for. And now picking up the Medjais as well, looking to see if he can get a lot of these extra AP from these kills.
Little bit cheeky, but Jabronis does teleport in because Return of the Middle Sticks has their eyes set on the Baron Nashor. They're going to try and bait it. Tropeon is here. They can't find any kind of engage just yet. But Duvrongo with that Umbral Glaive is going to do a lot of ward sweeping. It's like having a permanent red trinket that just is kind of always ticking until you find a ward.
Yes, definitely. And also having the red trinket, something about Umbral Glaive that is pretty interesting. It always makes you deal 3 damage to wards no matter what. Even if you use the sweeper and it's on cooldown, you still do 3 damage to the wards. So having it on Senna means that you only need to auto-attack the wards once in order to clear them.
I actually didn't know that. I thought that was just something that they put on her relic cannon so that it would like just feel better to take wards. And now Slim Richie has found himself picked. The ult is coming out. Tropeon, though, he's going to go down, and now the kill comes through onto Slim Richie as well. It looks like Return of the Middle Sticks at a 30-5 kill score. They might go for the Baron, but they also might just try and end it here. Senna, soul check real quick. Let's see. She's got 64 souls, so that is 3 range upgrades already.
Doing a little bit over of what Caitlyn can.
And now Navek, he's going to go down. Duvronga takes the kill onto that one. Now TF is Juice and GVG number 1 are both. Maybe Shadeslayer will go down here. GVG number 1 ducks, dives, dips, dodges, and dashes back through. Duvronga going to hand over his life to the Kiana, and it's getting a little bit messy here for Return of the Middle Sticks, but they're having fun with it.
They are definitely having fun. They are still very far ahead, seeing that Jabronis still hasn't fallen yet and has, I believe that is 14 stats on that Medjais. So definitely still outputting tons of damage, and I believe that's a 100% crit chance for the Tryndamere right now.
I do want to point something out to everyone. Look at that on the minimap. That is a Rift Herald icon. It's 21 minutes. I just think it's funny that that's a Rift Herald icon.
Yeah, this is unfortunately not the Gods of Herald's game, so they won't be able to pick up a 3rd Herald. But
I don't know why. Like, that just doesn't make any sense.
Small indie company.
Small indie company, lol, 200 plus years. Although that's the balance team, not the designing assets for the map and making sure that everything is right team.
Yep. And we have the Ocean Drake spawned already, but it looks like Muscle-Nuts are not communicating exactly well, and if they want to contest for this dragon, seeing that their members are all split apart. Naverick looking to try to make a steal, but he's 3 levels under.
Yeah, he is 3 levels under leveled, and now Jabronis is going to get a 2-man Moonfall. Oh, the 1 auto attack for the 2 kills. Putting a whole new meaning to 2 birds with 1 stone, although in this case it's more like a scythe.
And that's the Ocean Soul for Return to Middle Sticks right now. That's a lot of healing going into a team. Ocean Soul, for those who do not know, I'm surprised if anyone who's watching doesn't know. But 1 second we see that.
Oh boy. Yeah, Slim Richie. Oh, Papatito does not... Never mind.
Ocean Soul.
Tryndamere doing Tryndamere things.
Plus
and Ocean Soul.
Yeah. Ocean Soul makes it so whenever you deal damage to something, including minions, it will give you a ton of regeneration, reduced on minions though.
And now it looks like Tropeon is not much longer for this world. They're going to get him very low. The Dawning Shadow comes out. Jabronis with his 13th kill of the game. The fully stacked Magi-Eyes. Papatito doing what Tryndamere does best. And still split pushing, even as the Nexus goes down. Jabronis tries to get the cheeky Moonfall. He's going to go down to the fountain. He finally gets shut down, and Return of the Middle Sticks takes it 38-8.
Well done by Return to Middle Sticks, really pushing out that top lane lead they had. This is kind of like the flip that you saw from the previous game, how we saw GSM, they had a lead on their bot side, and the... I'm terrible with names.
That's okay. I have no... Gods of Herald.
Gods of Herald had a lead in the top side of the map. They had a lead on the mid lane, the jungle, and the top lane. But we see how that turned out for GSM. How they just focused on their carry and did an excellent job. Here we see the flip where they focused their leads all around the map and did an excellent job dominating over that.
Yeah, they the return to the middle sticks did kind of leave Duvranga and Gid Shadeslayer out by the wayside for a little bit, making, just kind of saying, okay, well, you scale, so like, here, go off and do your own thing. But then they got Papatito ahead. Jelly Roll, of course, was massive in the early game, as Rek'Sai really wants to be. And then Jabronis came into his own as a carry, ended up 13-1-6, with his last death being to the fountain after he flashed in and Zanya'd.
Yes, Zhonya's no longer saves you from the fountain damage anymore, so you will still go down. But excellent game done by Return of the Misfits and Muscle Knots. We still have one more game to show.
It is the Bad Baron versus Goliath Esports Warriors, so make sure to tune in just about 5 minutes when we come back.
See ya.
So, what we were just talking about was how the Cinderhulk changes. We really like them.
Definitely so. We're seeing a lot more taints coming back in the meta that have a lot of CC use, so they can make a lot of more interactive use out of Cinderhulk other than it's you burn your enemies to be standing
Yeah,
there.
you just stand around them and do things. But now, like CC heavy tanks, specifically the Maokai. Look at how well we've been transitioning into these games. We actually saw it yesterday in LCS. Bjergsen played it on TSM against Liquid. Unfortunately, they lost, but Bjergsen wasn't the reason. The Maokai was still really good because it was into a Zoe, I think.
Well, if it was into
Yeah,
Zoe,
it was into a Zoe.
definitely has a lot of sustain to outlive that Zoe and then follow her through her portal jump. But let's get into introductions right now. We have Cblevs for the Bad Barons playing top lane. Potato Fist 101 playing a Mumu in the jungle. Captain Biggest as Nico in the mid lane. And Scrambles and Zinthros as the Misfortune Morgana bot lane that we saw in the first game.
Oh, this is Pentakill Mordekaiser, so he's just shredding on the axe, even though he's a little more of a mace kind of guy. So Scrambles being the ADC here is interesting, mostly because he's a longtime jungler. So I'm guessing he's just subbing this week. They needed someone. Scrambles ADC, lol. Levi's anything, lol. But so the red side, we've got Goliath Esports Warriors. They went through a little bit of a restructuring after last week. Hopefully, they're hoping to try and start picking up more wins. They're currently 1 and 2. So we've got Riven is broken in the top lane, playing Maokai. That's not Riven. Bobby Duke's in the jungle on Jarvan the 4th. Rituals in the mid lane on Syndra, and our bot lane Snoopy and TPG Blue Snake on the Lucian Thresh combo. I'm wondering, have Lucian and Thresh like made up maybe a little bit? Because like it's no longer you have my wife sitting in your lantern. It's just you had my wife sitting in your lantern.
At the end of the day, I guess Thresh just kind of got tired of Senna and just like, you can have her back,
Did you actually? You've seen the?
I actually have not. Whenever that was all going around, I was busy with doing. I forgot, but no, I couldn't watch any of the cinematics.
Yeah, the cinematic is super cool because like Thresh and Lucian are fighting, and like Thresh. Oh, there's a gank. Captain Biggest is dead. Oh no, the auto attack actually got canceled from Rituals. Captain Biggest lives.
Very close. So back to cinematic.
Okay, so like Lucian and Thresh are fighting. Thresh is like about to kill Lucian. He like hooks him, and then Lucian tries to shoot him. Thresh like destroys the gun, and Lucian grabs one of the shards of his purifier gun, and is Rituals gonna get the kill this time? Yes, the electrocute. I was like, one auto attack won't do that, right? No, but electrocute will. And so Lucian takes the shard of the crystal from his gun and stabs it into the lantern, and it explodes, and Senna comes out.
Very cool cinematic. And speaking of like champions from known lore coming into the actual battleground or the field, a little bit of skirmishing in the top side real quick though. Nothing coming out of it. But Riot has said they are trying to do that again, where they have a champion that's known in the lore come into the actual game.
Oh boy, Zinthros flash forward, very aggressive. He might go down. The flash by TPG Blue Snake is going to follow, and now the ignite comes out by the Morgana. Snoopy takes the kill, and TPG Blue Snake does go down. Now Snoopy fighting in a minion wave, but Scrambles has no mana. They both have flash. Press the attack coming through. Snoopy though, lots of mana means lots of damage for this Lucian, and he's going to force Scrambles flash.
Yep, and Scrambles taking the back. Snoopy still having a lot of mana means that he will be able to come back.
And so much action here in this game. Cblev's on the run, but Potato Fist is here a little too little, a little too late, and Potato Fist only manages a stun onto Riven is broken. So 3 for 1 across the map. Goliath Esports Warriors pulling ahead early.
Definitely so. Picking up that first kill with the electrocute, and then the second kill with Zinthros being a little too ambitious. And then the third kill with a good gank on to the top lane.
All 3 lanes each gets a kill, and Goliath Esports Warriors does well for themselves. So what were you saying about the...
So Riot says they want to do that again where they introduce a champion known from the lore, and what one of the leaks has released recently says that there's going to be a dark a Darkened Samurai, and I'm hoping that we're going to see Yasuo's brother Yon actually become a Darken.
Ooh, picks up the Cursed Blade or something. For anyone, yeah, so Yon has been featured in a couple of different short stories, not to mention his card in Legends of Runeterra. I believe that's the stun 3 different enemies. Two different enemies.
Yes.
8 cost, 6/6. Yeah, for a guy who doesn't play bounce decks, I know Yon because I hate playing against bounce decks because I play ethereals.
Ah.
Or ephemerals. So, about a 1,000 gold lead here for Goliath Esports Warriors after that nice cleanup across the map.
Yep, and we'll see how well that Goliath Esports Warriors can push this lead. They have a little bit in each lane right now, or if we'll see the Bad Barons take a pretty good Baron.
Yeah. Now, that is going to be the Scuttle Crab taken away by Bobby Dukes, so he does have vision over this Cloud Drake. Means that the Bad Barons are going to have a little bit of trouble if they want to try and sneak it. So the one thing to remember is, like, it's a 1-2 team versus an 0-3 team, but the 1-2 team just changed their entire roster. So it could very well be, like, a very, very good team, or just a team that needs to work out kinks. So the Bad Barons, even though they haven't looked super good, they have had kind of flashes of brilliance in the pan, as it were. And now Rituals might find a solo kill. Rituals does find a solo kill. It's a solo overkill.
Using that Unleashed power to finish up Kevin Biggest, and we're going to see a little more skirmishing in the top side.
Cblevs does get some damage. He is going to put Riven is Broken into the Death Realm. The Conqueror is on. Riven is Broken on the run. He's just waiting at the edge. But now the ultimate comes out. Cblevs. Oh, it was actually, he used it in the Death Realm, so it isn't going to come through. And now the dragon does go down. Bobby Dukes takes that one, and Goliath Esports Warriors, they find another solo kill in the mid lane, and Cblevs doesn't manage to get the kill onto Riven is Broken.
Yes, and he is also going to be able to push out this wave, forcing out Riven's Broken's TP.
Cblevs did TP himself earlier when he died to that Bobby Dukes gank. So it is going to be staggered teleports, about 3 minutes between the two. Now, a big wave pushing in the bot lane.
Yeah. Now, I'm interested to see how this Mordekaiser versus Maokai matchup works. Maokai excels whenever there's an enemy that spams abilities,
Which Mordekaiser does.
but Mordekaiser had in these earlier parts of the game, his cooldowns are a little bit longer, which makes it a little harder for Riven and Broken to really utilize that.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Aggressive flash forward here by Potato Fist. Captain Vegas is running up. Is he going to be able to get any kind of snare? He will, but it's on Bobby Dukes. Bobby Dukes does get stunned, but he barely gets the flag and drag away. Now Riven is Broken, uses the Twisted Advance, and now Captain Biggest may have moved too far forward. Rituals doesn't have the Unleashed power, but he does have Flash if he wants to try and chase that kill.
Potentially.
He does. He goes over the wall. He tosses. He follows the right one, and Captain Biggest eats a turret shot. Oh!
Unfortunate. If he managed to save that the shape splitter, he could have used that to take the first turret shot while he runs by. But that would also mean that Rituals, my bad, knew exactly which one is the right one.
And I'm surprised that Rituals got it right, because the one that was running toward the tower, like, why would that be the one? Why would that be the real one? The one that's running back into the jungle where he can kind of escape over through the walls, that makes a lot more sense. But Rituals played the 50-50, got it right, and ends up with the kill.
Yes, seeing a very substantial lead for the Goliath Esports Warriors right now.
It is, yeah, about a 2,000 gold lead. So Cblevs is now going to try and solo down Rituals. He's just going to beat him with the mace. The Conqueror comes through, and Cblevs is going to get ulted by Bobby Dukes, but he does have some sustain. Will he get the shield? He doesn't need it.
Having that extra little bit AP from Rituals by killing him in the Death Realm is definitely going to help out in surviving against Bobby Dukes.
So now Captain Biggest and Riven is Broken. It looks like we have gone for a full lane swap. Mordekaiser does a little bit better into Syndra, just because he can get he gets the shield. Is just a little bit naturally tankier. Meanwhile, Captain Biggest will have an easier time farming against a Maokai.
Yep. And Maokai right now hiding in the bush. So looking maybe sneak up on Cam Vegas right here, cutting off escape paths.
But Bobby Dukes is also here to cut off the escape pass. The Pop Blossom comes out, gets a double stun. Captain Biggest, oh, he's going to aggro one of the saplings, and Captain Biggest does go down. Bobby Dukes takes a kill. It's 6-2 now for the Goliath Esports Warriors.
We see Potato Fist in this bot lane. There's no dragon coming up until like a minute and a half, which gives enough time for Snoopy to do recall, reset, and grab a power spike if he has gold in his pocket right now. But he's looking to opt stay in lane instead. Seeing that the jungler's actually topside right now, making use of his time actually instead of just waiting around for a minute and taking that Rift Herald.
They are going to get the Rift Herald. Good early rotation here by Goliath Esports Warriors. Bobby Dukes has been putting a lot of attention to the top side, and it's been attention that's been put to good use because he's now gotten 2 kills up there and an extra Rift Herald that can mean plates.
Yes, definitely so. And seeing that how at least Mordekaiser is doing excellent in his lane, he might consider just dropping it topside and then run down all the way to bot side to catch this dragon. Or maybe he'll just hold on to it, take it mid, and then drop it down to create pressure for this dragon.
It's really Dragon Pressure is the name of the game here. They want to get that second Drake. They don't really want to even it up for the Bad Barons. And since it's also a Mountain Drake, that'll be huge for, Thresh, who wants to get tanky, Maokai, who's going to build all tank items. And since this is Cinder Hulk, Conqueror Jarvan, I think we're expecting maybe like one damage item and then a little more health to help with that Cinder Hulk.
Yes, definitely so. But Cinder Hulk, with these new Cinder Hulk changes, definitely will be interesting to see how will they play out. A lot more interactive than how they were previously, as we said earlier. Whenever you use an immobilizing ability, so any sort of CC, it will activate a little Nova around you that does damage. A lot more interactive than standing nearby someone and just taking and reaping the benefits.
So wait, is that in addition to or replacing the...
In addition.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute, why? Yeah, because the little cooldown indicator has been ticking on Jarvan's Cinderhulk, so I'm like, wait, does it only happen when you do that? But now the Soul Shackle is going to be used. Zinthros dodges away from the Flay, is going to pull in Blue Snake. Ultimate comes out, but it's not going to find anyone from Scramble. Zinthros has to flash away, but Rituals has the unleashed power. Electrocute and take the kill there. Now Seablevs might be caught in a little bit of a predicament. He is going low, but at his Potato Fist that's pulled in, double kill for the Syndra is going to find that. And now it's 1v1. Riven is broken, taken on Captain Biggest, but now Potato Fist on the run is going to have to flash away. Now Scrambles is interrupted. He's hooked. He's pulled. He's dead. It's going to be a cleanup here for the Goliath Esports Warriors. 3 more kills.
Unfortunately, that all of those kills are jumping onto the Syndra as well. It means that she's going to be doing a lot of burst damage in this later parts of the game. Captain Biggest is behind, but going with the Glacial Augment build means that he'll be able to still provide a lot of utility for his team, providing slows on top of the roots as well.
And since you've also kind of got Mordekaiser for your primary magic damage carry, because he can just get in there up close and personal with the guys who want to get up close and personal, like Maokai and Jarvan, because he can already do that, you're fine using Nico for utility. Things like Big Pop Blossoms are good. Tangle Thorns, and Blue Snake might be in a little bit of trouble. He has not taken turret aggro, but Zinthros will get the kill anyways.
Walking a little too much forward. They were looking for a dive, but seeing that Blue Snake was low, he should not have tanked the tower first, at least.
A little bit of a miscommunication in how to juggle aggro here. So now about a 3,500 gold lead for Goliath Esports Warriors. This is a much slower game than we have seen in the other 2 games this week, which is a little bit of a nice change of pace.
Definitely so, but we are still seeing a little bit of snowballing in favor of Goliath Esports Warriors, but that's not to say that it's over for the Bad Barons. We have seen that Bad Barons pull out some really nice comebacks, not being able to finish those comebacks, but still sticking in the game with really good team fights, really good picks off for Barons. So we'll see if the Bad Barons will be able to pull off a comeback and actually finish the game with that.
of course, I assume you're talking about the strange little Master Yi Tarek funnel, not funnel, that they started winning team fights against Return of the Middlesticks, I believe.
I believe so, yes.
And yeah, they started winning team fights. Unfortunately, they couldn't finish it off. They were just a little bit too far behind to actually get back to even at that point. But they did, like, they looked really good in these, like, these are the flashes of brilliance that I was talking about. They kind of knew what to do. They were just having a little bit of trouble pulling it off. And now Riven is broken, might find Captain Big as he does. He gets the solo kill and burns the Pop Blossom.
Yep.
Good kill by the Maokai.
Definitely. So good damage coming out of Maokai. Seeing that he has a lot of magic resist makes it really hard for this Nico to try to solo kill him. Especially because he was already building magic resist for... Oh, that was a lot of damage.
Oh, boy. Scramble's got half health by a QE.
Yeah, and then just imagine if Rituals finished up the kill with the unleashed power.
Yeah, you could just press R and he would have been dead, but I don't think even Rituals was expecting that to do that much damage to the Misfortune.
Yes, Syndra having that outplay button available is definitely going to be very useful for this team.
All right, now Snoopy's in the Death Realm. He's going to get what damage he can onto Seablevs, but Seablevs is a tanky boy. Potato Fist coming in. Snoopy is going to get stunned. Seablevs with the kill. Pulled back into the turret, but he's not going to take all that much damage. Good kill for the Bad Barons.
Yeah, Potato Fist using the Curse of the Sad Mummy, the ultimate, in order to, once Seablevs came back from the Death Realm, because now that it stops all dashes, you want to be able to use that just in case Snoopy wants to dash out of range and into safety.
Not to mention there was also the lantern being tossed by Blue Snake, so they were trying to help Snoopy get out of there, so good use of the Curse of the Sad Mummy to interrupt any kind of mobility. And it is going to be now a 10-4 kill score, although these extra turrets have meant that it's about a 4,000 gold lead for the Warriors.
Yeah, and they look like the Warriors are looking like they're going to take this Rift Herald, so they're going to send their bot lane into the mid lane and generate some extra pressure. And it looks like Rituals is also going to be meeting them up in the mid lane. So afterwards, Snoopy, once he picks up this wave, he'll probably rotate down either down bot side where the dragon is spawning, or up top to catch that wave.
So it looks like Bobby Dukes is going to make his way down toward the dragon, and Riven is broken is going to follow him. Although they might look for the mid lane instead and allow the Bad Barons to just take this Infernal. Rituals is here. He can threaten a kill, but he's not going to. But the Herald is dropped. They're going for the inhib.
They're looking to try to punish the Bad Barons for trying to go for the dragon, and Rituals is there to try to stop any backs happening as well.
And they do punish, in fact. Scrambles is here, but the Herald is going to get second charge onto this inhibitor. It's going to take down this inhibitor, although I think this is... Oh! Baby!
Popped. The Dutch Sphere coming out along with Force of Will. I believe that's the W. Coming out to do tons of damage along with Scatter the Weak.
To pick it up on Zintheros. So it is going to be 11-4 now. And I was actually going to say, I don't like that they took the inhib. I think they should have gone for possibly the top outer. Maybe get both of those, both the outer and the inner on the top side. Because now this is something that G2 did last year against SKT. This is something that Korea has been, the LCK has been very mindful about doing, and something that LS has been very critical of teams who don't. But now Potato Fist, he might be able to find a double Curse of the Sad Mummy. He does. The bullet time comes out. Rituals doesn't have flash. He's got to go down. The shutdown goes to Scrambles. A big shutdown there, and Misfortune picks it up.
Looking pretty good for them. And as you were saying about the taking down the inhibitor, he's talking about how since that mid wave is constantly pushing, that's just someone that can farm freely and safely in their base.
And it's the early inhib that's taken because there's no other objectives on the map. They just got the dragon, or the dragon. It's got 3 minutes left on the timer. The inhibitor will be up by that point, almost. And then, of course, the Baron, when the inhibitor was taken, there were still 2.5 minutes left before the Baron was up. So you're wasting a lot of the time that the inhibitor's down, that now Scrambles can just farm freely, and you just put one person there. They're soaking up XP, they're soaking up gold, and like you can't punish them on the map in any way, shape, or form.
And right now, we do see that the Bad Barons is looking to try to get some wards onto this Baron. We do see that it's spawning in 15 seconds, so they want to try to get a little bit of these early wards in, so to make sure that if they are doing the Baron, they will be able to sniff it out.
Ooh, they're going to do some sniffing here. And the Baron is going to spawn now here at 20 minutes. 5,000 gold is the lead for Goliath Esports Warriors, but the Bad Barons did just pick up a big kill onto Rituals. Scrambles is starting to scale, and the Super Soaker for Captain Biggest is going to mean that his utility is increased significantly.
Especially with having that glacial augment on top of that, so we're going to see whenever the GLP is used, it's going to shoot out those rays of slows. It's really easy for Scrambles to land a full bullet time off of people, as well as Captain Biggest using his Super Soaker.
So now, a good Baron for the Bad Barons could turn this game back around in their favor. Rituals is going to get rooted, has to use the Force of Will, or the Scatter the Weak, to keep himself alive. So that is a cooldown that'll be down for a little bit. Teleports are available for both top laners, and Seablevs is now running down. Riven is broken, trying to get what damage he can, but the Baron has been started. TPG Blue Snake is trying to zone. Rituals is here. Potato Fist does not find the bandage toss. He does get stunned by the Scatter of the Weak. Potato Fist gonna go low. The flash! The 3-man! It's a Pop Blossom that gets the entire team. TPG Blue Snake now flashing away, but the Ignite is gonna burn him down, and Riven is broken, just teleported into his own death. It's a 3-for-1. They lose the jungler, but the Bad Barons stop Goliath Esports.
Yes, and only having the ADC and the jungler means it's a lot more difficult to try to take this Baron now. They could technically do it if since J4 is going tank and Snoopy is not too far in terms of scaling. So they definitely can, but it would be way riskier considering that now Potato Fist is back up as well.
So now the gold lead crawling back 3,000 now. They picked up 3 kills in that fight, and it is going to even up the kill score a little bit. So now 25 seconds on the second Infernal Drake of the game. This could bring it to soul point for the Bad Barons. Goliath Esports Warriors want to stop them from doing that, because the last thing that you want is to be ahead in kills, but to throw away so many free stats in Dragon Gold, or Dragon Value.
Definitely so, as
we actually see the flash forward by Seablevs. He is going to try and get the Death Realm off, and now Bobby Dukes might be picked. This Curse of the Sad Mummy finds 2. The Scrambles does not have his bullet time. He used it in the last fight, so now the Pop Blossom finds another 3. Blue Snake goes down. Potato Fish finally loses his life. Bobby Dukes is going to go down, and that's a big stun, big damage. Riven is broken, doesn't die, and that Scrambles for the ace. It's a 3 for ace, and Snoopy picks up a triple kill.
And since the ADC is still up, as well as Rituals, they can take this dragon pretty safely. Rituals looks like he's going to try to solo this, while Snoopy is looking to potentially look to just grab this mid inhibitor once more.
Snoopy playing some guerrilla warfare down here. He's going to dash in and just try and take down the inhibitor. Burn it down before Zintheros, Potato Fist, and Captain Biggest are up, but he might need some help. He's taking this very slowly because his damage is on hit.
Definitely so, and Ritual is getting very low, almost dying to the dragon right there.
Snoopy does not manage to find the inhibitor. He's going to trade his flash for nothing, and now Zintheros has the Dark Binding, not going to hit anything, but he is continuing to slow Snoopy, who doesn't have a flash, but he is going to barely get away.
Yeah, since Captain Biggest is behind, they will not have the Twin Shadows available. Same with Zintheros not being able to have enough gold to buy the Twin Shadows means that you won't be able to catch out this Lucian. So, but a flash was expended, so definitely still pretty good.
So now the dragon count is even. Rituals almost died, but did manage to survive long enough to take down that Infernal Drake. 2 Drakes on each side. This next one will put one team at a significant advantage here. The GLP going to be used again to get Bobby Dukes.
Yep. Yes, sir. Indeed, we do see that all the team members for the Bad Barons is pretty spread out right now. They see that the bot lane is in the top lane right now, doing a little pushing now in the top side jungle. They're looking to get some vision onto this Baron, potentially making sure that that the Goliath Esports Warriors can't go for it. Go for it.
And the waves are actually even on all sides, so this is a really neutral map state. No one has any split pushers. No one really has TPs available. Like, Rituals does, which is why he's split pushing the bot lane. But he's not, like, a huge split pushing threat. So this Baron dance is at a very even state of the map for both sides. Oh, that's a 3-man pull that actually is going to find Blue Snake. He's going to be rooted up. He has to use this Guardian Stone, or the Gargoyle Stone Plate, but he loses his life anyways. That's a great pick for the Bad Barons.
And they can go ahead and start working on this Baron. This looks like a pretty good outcome for them, considering a little bit of pausing right here, a little bit of lag spike. Sorry about that, folks, but we do see that the Bad Barons are go ahead and starting it, setting Captain Biggest to respond to Rituals from not taking their bot inhibitor. So it's going to be a 4v4 in the bot side. Not having the big Pop Blossom is going to be pretty impactful for this fight if they do go for it.
Bobby Dukes, he steals it! That's going to be the kill! Onto the Baron. It's taken by Goliath Esports Warriors. It's a Bad Baron! Potato Fist goes down. It's a 1-for-0 and a Baron steal. Goliath Esports Warriors do so well here in this Baron pit. And Rituals doesn't get stunned. Captain Big is going to go low, but it's not enough damage. Rituals is going to get the inhibitor, and he does get the kill on the Captain.
Yep, using the Scattered Weak and using all the extra dark spheres that the Unleashed Power created means that you'll be able to burst out. But
whoa!
Still having a lot of burst to take down the Zintheros, but going to go down to the Super Soaker.
And gives away that 700 gold shutdown. So Rituals deposits 1,000 gold into the first bank of Zintheros and says, thank you, and have a nice day.
Yes, Zintheros buying that, trying to think of it, Zonya's Hourglass, so then he can be able to get in there, use the Soul Shackles, and not just instantly die. Still posing a threat to get the huge stun off, or forcing Goliath Esports Warriors to sort of position a little weirdly, kind of have to escape or disengage and then re-engage, considering that she has now the Hourglass and you can't exactly kill her while she's in the Hourglass to stop those Soul Shackles.
And this is a very fighty comp for the Bad Barons. So the longer this goes, the better they will be in these big 5v5s. So they do just kind of need to scale. Early game has been the focus for a lot of teams, both like in GRLCS and in professional play. I think it was TSM Kabi yesterday who was quoted as saying, only bad teams say we scale. Everyone else just goes for the early game and tries to win that. So the Bad Barons are going to find a 4-man Curse of the Sad Mummy. That's going to be a Pop Blossom that forces Flashes away, and it's 2-0 already. Rituals is not in this fight. He has to walk over, and now Seablevs is going to get Bobby Dukes in his death realm. A double kill for Scrambles is going to take down Blue Snake. Bobby Dukes on the run. He can't get away. He flag and drags, but the last auto follows. It's a 4-0, and it's beautiful for the Barons.
Bad Barons recalling now to respond to all that mid-pressure created by the inhibitor, and Ritual is unable to really do much, looking to push out this bottom wave before he goes ahead and potentially looks for a Dragon Steal to prevent 3 dragons to fall to the Bad Barons right now, but we'll just have to see how Rituals plays this out.
Scrambles does need to walk on eggshells a little bit here. He doesn't want to get picked by Rituals solo, so he does need to make sure that Seablevs is the one moving forward first. Potato Fist is on the dragon, and it looks like they should be able to take it before Bobby Dukes is up, because Bobby Dukes was the last one to die. It's something that we don't talk about very often in League of Legends, but staggering backs is something that, or like staggering deaths is something that is very important in Overwatch, and mainly because if you're it's like your main DPS or your main tank or something is the first to die, you don't want to keep fighting like that if the fight's already lost. So then everyone tries to suicide as fast as possible so that they can all come back when they respawn.
Yeah, instead of it just being one after another after another. You rather come back as a team League of Legends still has something similar where
Yeah.
you have a group back instead of just staggered backs. So then you come back at full force instead of just a little bit power.
And yeah, and the main point I'm trying to make there is that Bobby Dukes, he did like try and escape, and he almost did, but most, like, you know, that's like a 1 in 100 chance that you'll actually live there and then get to back and then come back and try and steal the dragon. So if you ask an Overwatch player, they'll probably say, oh yeah, just suicide into the middle of the team, like, you know, give them the gold or whatever. But then you get to respawn with the rest of your team, and then you can all run into the dragon before it gets taken down.
Yes, indeed. Since they, but because of that staggered back, we did see that they managed to take that Inferno Dragon, threatening Soul Point in about 3 minutes, and Baron coming up in about 1.5.
So this is now, it has stabilized at about a 4,000 to 5,000 gold lead, still for Goliath Esports Warriors, but the Bad Barons are very close to coming back here. As we were saying, Misfortune, better scaling, better team fighting than Lucian. The Pop Blossom for the Nico is going to do so much more engaging and prolonging team fights. And then you've got, of course, just Amumu. Amumu better than Jarvan.
In terms of CC potential, Amumu is definitely way better, especially because now that his Curse of Sand Mummy stops dashes, means that Bobby Dukes and Snoopy will not be able to get out of there if they are.
Oh, Captain Biggest, you could have stopped rituals. Prolonged that back, perhaps, but I think Captain Biggest would have just died.
It is highly possible, seeing how fed that this Syndra is right now. But I also want to point out that something interesting. That Maokai right now, he only has MR.
Yeah, he only has MR, which means that Scrambles has been really good at burning him down in these fights.
Yeah. Although the Bad Barons right now are most 80% AP right here. They have C plus Cam Vegas Potato Fist that does a little bit AP and also converts AP into true damage, as well as Zintheros. He does have to recognize that Scrambles is doing a lot of damage this game, and it looks like he's actually going for the Infernal Mask as well to support a little bit for rituals, but I believe getting that Cinderhulk is definitely what he needs in order to, so he can do a little bit of damage as well in these fights. So he holds his own other than just a CC bot.
Having the, like, you basically only need one Sunfire Cape, because this is crit Misfortune. It's not like she's doing, it's not like she's the on-hit Misfortune, but oh, that's a really good pull in. The flash forward, it's a 4-man Curse of the Sad Mummy. They're going to take down Blue Snake immediately. Now Snoopy doing what he can, but he can't get into the fight. It's going to be Riven is Broken going down. Most of the damage is coming from Scrambles, as we said. He is healing a lot, but that's going to be Rituals. Stun. The Death Realm comes through. Zanya's Hourglass is going to be used. Seablev's running him down. He's trying to find the kill. He's going to come out of the Death Realm. He's going to go down. No, he gets the shutdown onto Zintheros first, and now Bobby Dukes jumping on top of Scrambles. Scrambles forces the flash away. Bobby Dukes almost going to die. Captain Biggest can't find the kill. Riven is Broken now running. He's going to go down. It's Potato Fist's kill. It's a 3-for-1, and the Bad Barons are just coming back huge in these team fights.
Yes, and if they wanted to, they could theoretically go for this Baron right now. It is going to be 4v3 right now, but having these long respawn timers means that they could go for a Baron, but they're opting to go for a push, which is still a very good choice for them, getting some of this map pressure before they go for another Baron that could end up going bad.
And they're clawing back that gold lead. Again, it's about 3.5k, whereas it was 4-5k just before this fight. They did hand over a shutdown on Zintheros, but it was a shutdown that went to Rituals, who is currently sitting on his double magic pen items, and he is going to finish the Morellonomicon, which I'm not a fan of.
You're not a fan of the finishing the Morellos, or?
I think there are better, like, Morellonomicon, you're basically paying like 800 gold for a pittance of stats, and the thing that you're paying for, really, is the Grievous Wounds. But Seablevs is the only person that's healing, and it's not like he has really been, like, oh, unkillably healing. I think, on the flip side, it would be good for the Bad Barons to get some healing reduction, because of Riven is Broken.
Definitely so.
But now the engage is going to come out. Oh, God! Captain Biggest gets popped before the fight even starts. Now, Rituals is going to go down. Red team takes the dragon. It's Infernal Soul now, and Riven is broken, burning down. Scramble's doing what he can. He gets pulled through the Cataclysm. He's going to try and get the damage. He is going to get a lot of damage. Riven is broken, going to go down as well. Bobby Dukes is now on the run. He is pulled into the Death Realm, and Potato Fist going to take down Snoopy thanks to the Infernal Soul. It's going to be Bobby Dukes coming out of the Death Realm. Scrambles going to deal some damage. It's an ace for one, and Bad Barons are going to finally pull ahead in this game.
Seeing that both top and mid are already pushing, they can go for this Baron and then go ahead and start pushing out one of these lanes. There is 20 seconds until Rituals comes up, and Rituals at most can do is a good Dark Sphere into Scatter the Weak and then full combo finish to the end. But let's see if they can pull out a pretty good Baron right here. Potato Fist getting a little low, popping the Honey Fruit, but not grabbing him any for himself. Just going to do an early smite to make sure he doesn't go down.
And that is a full team Baron Nashor. Captain Biggest came back up right before it went down, so they are going to take the gold lead for the first time in this game. They're 1,000 gold in the lead. It doesn't mean much, but it's theirs.
And having the Baron, but not only do they have 1,000 gold lead, they have the Dragon Soul. The Infernal Dragon Soul means that their carries are going to pop way sooner, and then and we saw Potato Fist. He has damage now, thanks to Infernal Soul. He 1v1 Snoopied and won that fight.
Oh, and there we go. That's the Grievous Wounds I was talking about. It is a Thornmail picked up for Potato Fist, so he is going to be much better at stopping Riven is broken, because, you know, he's got to auto-attack someone. But that is going to be the pressure generated from the Baron and the Infernal Soul. Captain Biggest is going to take down that turret. Scrambles here for moral support. Zintheros is clearing out vision. Can Potato Fist find something? TPG Blue Snake is going to get ulted. That is the... Oh, God! Wow, that's a lot of damage. And now Rituals is going to use the Sonya's Hourglass. Gets Scrambles GA. He's not going to quite find the kill here. It's going to be Riven is broken, taking that one down. So now they don't have any... physical damage. Bobby Dukes is going to get interrupted in the Flag and Drag. He has to use the stopwatch here. Potato Fist coming back. Bobby Dukes goes very low. One more auto attack should do it. Seablev's on a rampage. Riven is broken on the run. It's another 3-for-1. However, the Bad Barons lose Scrambles and therefore most of their turret take.
Yes, right now they're going to have to be relying on Zintheros and Captain Biggest to be auto-attacking these towers, or just having these Baron-enhanced minions to hit them and just clearing out the wave. Making use of this Baron-enhanced cannon minion to get with their enormous range that he has.
Seablevs is back up to full health here thanks to all of his healing. Zintheros does go low, but not down. Another wave of Baron minions comes in. Snoopy cannot get into this. He just can't get into these fights. The range on Scrambles and the amount of damage that Seablevs and Potato Fist can put out now is just too much for the side of Goliath Esports to really have consistent DPS.
Yeah, definitely. So it is definitely a lot harder now for Goliath Esports Warriors that they let the Bad Barons scale up. As I said before, Captain Biggest, 4 and 8, generally not going to be seen popping anyone instantly 100-0, but still providing a lot of utilities with these GLPs and Twin Shadows, along with the... Oh, I already forgot the rune. Glacial Augment.
Glacial Augment.
Go. And then we have Zintheros still providing a lot of utility thanks to Glacial Augment, GLB, and then the Soul Shackles along with the Zonias. So these combos are definitely helping them stay into this game, and Snoopy just can't find a good way to get into these fights like Rituals is right now.
However, Rituals may have found himself too good into a fight. He's going to try and 1v4, and he is not going to survive, although he gets Captain Biggest so low.
Imagine if he, instead of building a Morelos, finished a Void Staff.
Exactly. If he finished a Void Staff, although Void Staff isn't... Freak has been doing a lot of math recently on items. So turns out Void Staff isn't actually that good, especially because Captain Biggest doesn't have Merc Treads. He has Sorcerer Boots, whereas Merc Treads are like really good for 1v1ing mages. Gold wise and damage wise, it ends up being better. But since he went for Magic Pen instead, Void Staff wouldn't be good. I think the move for Rituals would be something like well, I mean, obviously, like you should have gotten a Void Staff for Seablevs and for Potato Fist.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what other AP items there are. I don't play mages. Probably like a Banshees. You could have gotten a Banshees.
Let's see.
It's a lot more survivability. And yeah, it's a lot more survivability. Offers you magic resist in order to deal with Potato Fist and Seablevs getting on top of you. I just don't think Morello's was the call. It wasn't the move here because Riven is Broken could just get a Thornmail or Sunfire Cape.
And it's also really early. Like, if Seablevs ults Rituals, it's pretty much over at that point.
Yeah.
Rituals just hits the Zonias and then just waits for and hopes that his team is there to collapse on.
Hopes that his team can kind of win the fight in the 4v4, and then save his life. So now this is the Elder Drake coming up in 15 seconds, and even though it's 4 Drakes to 2, the Elder Drake doesn't care. It's an equal opportunity buff, but Riven is Broken is going to take the Lantern away.
Using that Dark Package in order to get out of that sticky situation, but it is a full team here at the Elder Dragon. They are aiming to take it because this is a very strong team fighting dragon. As Vid has mentioned, it is equal opportunity. It's once you get the buff, it still applies to burn, but once you deal damage below 20% health for your enemies, that instantly executes them.
You just breathe on them. So the Bad Barons looked like they were going to try and stall this out a little bit. Like stalling out works for them because of the inhibitor that's down. Now that's a 2-man route. Seablevs does get pulled in. The Pop Blossom is going to find 2, but Bobby Dukes is on top of Scrambles already. Riven is Broken goes down. Scrambles is going to have to use his Hourglass, but he gets shut down. Now Blue Snake goes down to Potato Fist. It is Rituals is going to get ulted. The Death Realm is in. Rituals, one more auto attack is going to do it. He is dead. Seablev's unstoppable. It's a 3-for-2. Potato Fist trying to chase down Snoopy. Snoopy, again, he didn't have an avenue into this fight. Potato Fist is going to find him. That's a kill. Rampage. Now Zintheros does not get knocked up. Great Black Shield. Bobby Duke's burning down. Can Zintheros find anything? Ooh, one more would do it, but Seablevs is here. They're gonna go first Nexus Tower, second Nexus Tower, and against all odds, the Bad Barons come back. They pick up their first win, and they tie themselves up with Goliath Esports Warriors here in Week 4.
Well done, the Bad Barons finally pulling out their first win. It did go to a very late game, initiating that Elder Dragon, pulling it out, and then disengaging. Made it so that the Goliath Esports Warriors would be taking a lot of that damage from the Elder Dragon. So that was kind of a questionable move to start it and then just back away immediately, because you gave an avenue for Goliath Esports Warriors to have the initiative to start taking on that dragon. But once the fight started out, the Bad Barons late game is just a little more superior than...
Scrambles got to free fire on Riven is Broken and Snoopy. So it was just a lot of damage there. Bobby Dukes didn't have the damage to actually kill Scrambles. It took Rituals putting himself at risk to do that. He did kill him, however, then he got ulted by Seablevs, and that was all she wrote.
Yep, definitely so. So, well done by Bad Barons, and better luck next time for Goliath Esports Warriors. We still have a few more games into this split, so there's still a chance to make it back up.
Yeah, we are on Week 4, so, like, especially with a 6-team playoff, the top 4 get playoffs. So, yeah, the top 4 just make playoffs automatically, so you don't need to necessarily, like, win out or whatever. You just need to, drag one person back down to your level and climb on top of them. Because if Goliath Esports Warriors and the Bad Barons are here, say they're at the bottom of the barrel right now. Actually, them and Muscle Nuts. So one of the 3 of them still gets to make playoffs. There's that line that's kind of separating like the top teams from the rest of the pack. But one of these guys, they get to win the brawl in the bottom.
Yep. So we'll look forward to these games. That will be it for us. For these Gold Cap games. Tomorrow we have the Plays of the Week for Platinum.
We are not doing matches of the week for Platinum this week because the Platinum teams keep forgetting to turn in the post-match form. So all the Platinum games will be on Thursday and Friday this week instead of the Monday games of the week. So we will be back on Tuesday.
Yep, Tuesday with the Diamond Saddle Isles. I'll be back with hosting with Mark Hames.
Yep.
So I'll see you then.
Yeah, see you all. I'll be back on Wednesday. So goodbye.
Bye-bye.